What's up YouTube? Dar here from Zephyr War Games, fresh off the plane from Euros. Today I am bringing you Joe's updated Crystal Beast deck. We were just waiting to pick up the brand new card, Golden Rule, in order to kind of put this profile together and show you everything that it can do. So with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe. I'll also show you a 2-card combo at the end utilising the brand new card and showing you how far you can go with everything you need. So with all of that out of the way, let's dive headfirst into the profile. So you start off with probably the most important Crystal Beast monster, and that is of course Sapphire Pegasus. You follow this up with 2 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, a single Ruby Carbuncle, 1 of the Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle, and 2 advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. They still technically count as Crystal Beasts with different names, so you're good to rock and roll both of them. We've then got the 1 advanced Pegasus, the 1 advanced Ruby, Mammoth, and of course Tortoise. Now you can play the originals if you want to, rather than playing the advanced. It's just always nice to have that additional effect, should you want it. And of course these are all in secret, so nice and sparkly. 1 Rainbow Dragon, and then kind of want to follow up with your hand traps of being triple Ash Blossom, double Ghost Bell, and double Nibiru. Now you can interchange these however you see fit. These can become imperms, they can become veilers. The idea that we kind of went with more monsters rather than more spells and traps is because you might fill up your spells and trap zones. You don't want to have to waste the imperms. That being said, I can very easily see us playing Nibiru and Ghost Bell, because then of course, Nibiru and Imperms, because then you're dealing with, you've got a couple of cards that can go second, help you break a negated board or anything like that in order to allow you to combo off and play. You'll see the deck is very going first focused, but we still need ways of going second, and that's why having the ability to play 7 hand traps at the very least, considering you've got a very easy, consistent way of getting to the rest of your combos, the best way possible. So that's it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. Triple Crystal Bond. So this is your first of your 2 cards for the combo. Add a Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the hand and place a Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck face out into the spell and trap card zone. Such a great card today. Really glad it exists. Another great card, which is your second card of the combo, is Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. Again, a great card that has been added or was provided via the structure deck. So during the main phase, you get an additional normal summon of a Crystal Beast monster, and you can only gain the following effect, or the previous effect, once per turn. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During the main phase, you get to destroy a Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add a Crystal spell and trap from your deck to the hand. If a Crystal Beast card or cards is placed into your spell and trap zone, even during the damage step, target a card your opponent controls and return both this card and that card to the hand. A card that is criminally not a foil is Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. Again, an amazingly powerful card. So you reveal an ultimate crystal monster in your hand, which of course will be Rainbow Dragon, which you search out very easily, and then activate one of these effects. If you control an ultimate crystal monster, you can activate 1 or 2 of the following effects, and in sequence, and it does not have to, and you do not have to reveal a monster. Take 1 Rainbow Bridge card or Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And then special on 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck or graveyard or spell and trap zone. Then of course we've got Triple Rainbow Bridge. This card is nuts. It's a shame that it says add a crystal spell. I would have liked it to say add a crystal or like a rainbow or a crystal and a bridge spell, because then you're able to kind of like, obviously you can get Crystal Bonds, you can get Awakening the Crystal Ultimates, but you can't get Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. So the issue is you need to hard open the Rainbow Bridge of the Heart, and then you've got the ability of either opening up Crystal Bond or Rainbow Bridge. So you've got 6 copies of this, you've only got 3 copies of this. Then, of course, you do have the 1 Golden Rule. Now, this was a very valid point from Joe, and basically said, so this card is always treated as a crystal card, so searchable off of Bridge. Nice. Place 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck, face out into your spell and trap zone as continuous spells, then special on 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard with a different name from those cards. And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. You can only activate 1 Golden Rule per turn. Now, he made a very valid point. You should only ever really be able to activate and resolve 1. So if you're playing multiple copies, you're pretty much bricking yourself down a little bit, and that's where it's so good, is the fact that it's always a crystal card. It's so easily searchable, it's insane. So I thought 1 was a very valid reason. I know you can very easily play 3 if you want to, but I feel that the only time you would ever want to do that is if you are going to get hand trapped to death. It does happen, but I feel that being able to get into that one, especially with Droll running around, I feel being able to get to that one and resolving it, you're good to rock and roll. But if they stop you kind of getting to it, is it worth the 2 additional bricks or not? Then got the 1 Advanced Dark, and then of course Called by the Grave to stop that pesky hand trap should you want to. You do have space if you are really struggling against a specific hand trap, something like the Nibiru, something like Ash, something like Droll, then you can very easily put in Cross Out and then the designated targets rather than the hand traps, and then you really are focusing on your deck going pure first and basically saying no matter what you throw at me, I'm going to stop it so that I can complete my board. We've then got triple Concave, and we've got 2 Miracle. So, of course, both of these searchable as they are crystals, and then both of them have their own effects. So, Concave being a nice little form of interruption, and Miracle being a very nice form of negation. So that's it for the main deck, exactly 41 cards. That's purely because I couldn't decide as I was helping, or Joe kind of sent me the list and I made a couple of tweaks and changes. I couldn't decide what I wanted to cut, so... Moving on to the extra deck, we've got the 1 Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, followed by the 1 Rainbow Overdrive. Now, what you got to kind of keep in mind with this deck as well, and it was something only I learned recently, is annoyingly, the wording on Rainbow Dragon isn't as crystal clear, no pun intended, of how it should be. So it's always treated as an ultimate crystal card. It cannot be normal summon set, and it must be special from your hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field and or in the graveyard. Now the issue with this is it doesn't actually say it needs to be exact, and technically I didn't believe it was at the start, but I did a bit of research, and apparently it comes down to like the judge's rule sometimes, I think I heard and saw online. But the idea is it needs to have exactly 7 Crystal Beasts with exactly 7 different names. So it's very tricky because you need to kind of control the cards you have, where you put them and everything else. That being said, I've only gone with 1 and 1. Yes, if you are playing in a cash heavy environment, then you might want to consider this, because if they get rid of this one, you're kind of in a little bit of trouble. You can very easily play 2 if you want to, but I wanted to kind of show you a range of the 15 different cards you can utilize. So you've got, of course, Tornado Dragon, Chidori, Daigusto Emerald. Now, the reason I put this in here was to deal with that times where you've probably got double monsters, one in the graveyard, one on the field, or anything like that, that you kind of want to use Daigusto Emerald to spin back into the deck, so that then you've got your clear 7. Daguerre's pretty straightforward, uses effect, bring back from the graveyard. Yes, you're not going to be able to get a main phase the next turn, but the idea is that what you're setting up is going to lead to an OTK. Baguska, for those times you do get drolled, you do get stopped, you are going to be able to kind of slow your opponent back down until you're able to regain resource. Then for the Link monsters, we've got the 1 Goddess, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Scoldred, followed by Unicorn, Cross Sheep, IP, Chirabini, and Pentastag. Now again, you've got more flexibilities, you've got stuff like Borrow Sword, you've got Access Code, you've got more targets off the back of IP if you want to. You could even play Zelantis. I have seen builds utilising that card as well, which is really cool, because the idea is you use Zelantis, you banish your board, you bring back your own Pegasus, and then you get to trigger again and go again. So pretty standard on that list on this one here. I'm now going to show you the 2-card combo that can show you how you can utilize Golden Rule and get as far as you need to as well. With these awesomely powerful cards for Crystal Beast, you're going to get a very powerful board, all from 2 cards. So not to mention whatever else you have in your hand, as long as you don't have Rainbow Dragon, you're good to rock and roll. So you start off with step number 1, activate your Crystal Bond. Add a Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the hand, being the Advanced Crystal Cobalt Eagle, and then place a Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck face up in the Spell and Trap Zone, and that's going to be your Ruby Carbuncle. You then use the Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle's effect in the hand to discard it, and add an Advanced Dark. You're going to activate the Advanced Dark. You don't need to worry too much about its effects until battle starts to occur, because you're basically using this to get an additional Crystal Beast to the graveyard. You then get to activate your Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. You can use the additional normal summon if you want to. You can save that. What you're really going to be focusing on this one is the secondary effect to, during the main phase, destroy a Crystal Beast card you control, and then you get to add to your hand a crystal spell or trap from your deck to the hand. Now you can destroy it on the field or in the hand, but we're going to destroy the Carbuncle on the field to get us the Golden Rule, which is always treated as a crystal card. You then activate the Golden Rule, and this is going to allow you to put 2 Crystal Beasts, so Sapphire Pegasus, an Advanced Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, and revive 1 from the graveyard. And this is going to allow you to bring back the Ruby Carbuncle. Off the back of Ruby Carbuncle Summon, it will allow you to summon both of the Pegasus. Now, the reason that we've gone with the Advanced Crystal Beast Pegasus and not 2 Pegasus is that the issue is, if you go with 2 Pegasus, you're going to have 2 Crystal Beasts with the same name, and that's going to make it a little bit difficult to summon out the Rainbow Dragon. So off of your first Crystal Beast Pegasus, you're going to put the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon into your spell and trap zone. And then on top of that, you're then going to be able to put a Advanced Crystal Beast, which will be Mammoth, into your spell and trap zone as well. At this point here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to activate the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Now, the reason you're going to want to do this, and this is where opening up Rainbow Dragon can really suck, is that you need to have the ability to add said Rainbow Dragon in order to fully resolve everything you need to. So what that's going to give you the ability to do is this is going to give you the ability to banish, summon out 1 from the deck, which will be the Advanced Crystal Ruby Carbuncle, and add Rainbow Dragon. So now you've got 2 monsters that are both level 3. You're going to link these 2 together, and this is where you're going to get into Cherubini. Now, as you can currently count, we've got the 1 Pegasus here, we've got the Mammoth here, we've got the 2nd Pegasus there. That's putting us on 3 out of the 7 Crystal Beasts. We've got 4, 5, and 6. So we're only missing 1 Crystal Beast monster, and that's where Cherubini comes in, because as cost, you will be able to send the Tortoise, and that will give you your full 7 Crystal Beasts, all with different names. So, Rainbow Dragon reads, cannot be normal summoned and must be special summoned from the hand by having 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on the field and or in the graveyard, which is exactly what you've got. So you now summon down Rainbow Dragon, and you do it as early as possible because then you don't worry about any of the further restrictions. So if you want to, you can very easily overlay these 2, and in doing so, that's going to give you the ability to go into a Degeres. You're going to be able to go into Appaloosa if you want to as well, and that's where it kind of opens up the door to allow you to do more things. In order to bring back, or if you go Degeres and you bring back the Pegasus, that will allow you to set up another Rainbow or another Crystal Beast card. So you're basically getting the best of everything you can do to go as far as you possibly want. So, it's up to you if you want to make the rank 4. I'm personally just going to go straight into an Appaloosa once Cherubini wants to come off of the board. There we go. So we've now got a 3 negate Appaloosa, and then you're going to be able to get rid of the Rainbow Dragon. In doing so, to summon out your Rainbow Overdrive. So it must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing 1 level 10 ultimate crystal monster. And then once per turn, you can banish a Crystal Beast monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to that banished monster's attack until the end of this turn. Quick effect, tribute this fusion summon card, shuffle all cards on the field into the graveyard. Now keep in mind, it is not fusion summoned, it has been special summoned, so that effect is null and void. But what you are going to be pushing for is you're going to be pushing for your Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, which requires an Ultimate Crystal monster, hello, and 7 Crystal Beast monsters. It must be special summoned from the extra deck. During the duel, you have special summoned an Ultimate Crystal monster by banishing the above monsters from your field and or graveyard. So you need to banish the Ultimate Crystal Beast, nice and easy, and then 7 Crystal Beast monsters. So all you've got to do is fulfill 7 Crystal Beast monsters. So you've got your 1, you've got your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I believe, if I've done this correctly, 7 is your Mammoth from the board. This should then give you your board like this. Keep in mind as well that it's always treated as an Ultimate Crystal card, so you can also get rid of the Overdrive from the board as well, and you're good to rock and roll. So as long as you've got the ability to banish all of those, it's very, very good. Now, it can be a little bit tricky, it can be a little bit finicky, because some of the wording on the Crystal Beast cards aren't always crystal clear. Again, like I said, no pun intended on that one. They're just not as laid out as they could be. Like most modern day cards do say exactly 7, no more than 7, 7 with different names, you go on and on and on. But the idea is that with this deck like here, hopefully this combo is correct. I've tried to research it as much as I possibly could and put it together. If not, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be more than happy to kind of tweak it and update it so that you can see or amend it if anything does change. This is always the tricky part, is when you're putting combos together for yourself, and this combo came through Joe as well. So when you're trying to create combos from scratch, usually you hit that wall of going, I wonder why people haven't done a combo like this. And it's like, oh yeah, well that combo just doesn't exist, or it's not playable. And you're like, ah, okay, because of a little hidden note that you didn't realize. Like, it's not as if we've locked ourselves into anything. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you have any questions at all, by all means, please put them in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. This is just kind of like a springboard for you to kind of look at, see what else you might want to add to a Crystal Beast deck, how it changes with Golden Rule, what it can add, what it does, and it just gives you a very nice additional consistency bump as well. For now, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. As absolutely always, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.